meals in advance. Now, there's the reason that prepping meals in advance, here on the back of that sheet, you're going to see a fast veggie dinner for 4. Now, some people may say, I don't have time to cook vegetables. It's a big mess. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is about the fastest, easiest meal that you could possibly make. If you have a giant pan, I mean a pan like this big around, and this is about the size of the pan that we cook with. Put it on the stove, turn the heat on. You put 2 giant tablespoons of coconut oil in there. Why coconut oil? It's loaded with saturated fats. Saturated fats are for tissue repair. You need that. It's a high heat oil. You turn the heat on medium. And while that oil is slowly melting, you take the carrots. And the carrots, you're going to cut them lengthways, and then you're going to cut them in 4. So they're going to be little tiny thin strips of carrots. Why do you want little thin strips of carrots? Because they cook faster. Yep. And then you put them in the oil. You put them in the oil with the spices. And then you start to put in the vegetables that cook a little bit slower. So right now, we're hearing the sizzling. Okay, hear the sizzling? Well, kind of. Okay, thank you, that works. Okay, you're hearing the sizzling. Now you're chopping up the peppers. Why? Because those are the next ones. You chop up the onions. Those are the next ones. And you put it in there. And this is a standard meal at my house because my kids love it. Then you slice up the zucchini because that's the last one. That's the softest one. Put the lid on it, stir it a couple of times, and if you have kids that don't like vegetables, that's why I added some raw cheese in there. The raw cheese is optional, but if you have kids, it's not optional. This is the only way they'll get to eat vegetables. Okay, if you know kids, trust me, it works. But the reason it's raw cheese is because it's not pasteurized. It's hormone-free. It's actually straight from the cow or goat. It's phenomenally good. Now, if you want to, and you'll see I put Celtic Sea Salt in here. Some people say reduce salt for blood pressure. That's not true. Celtic salt or sea salt has loaded with minerals. It lowers blood pressure. It solves joint problems. Cayenne pepper, again, that's a vasodilator. It opens up blood vessels. So right now, in this one meal, you're getting soluble fibers. You're getting insoluble fibers. You're cleaning out the colon. You're cleaning out your arteries. You're vasodilating. You're opening up the blood vessels. You're giving your body the minerals and nutrients and soluble fiber and saturated fats that it needs to rebuild itself in one meal. I know, you can say, wow, okay, that's cool. Now, let's say you don't, can you do that in less than 15 minutes? Yeah, and it feeds 4. It really does take that little bit of a time. And if you have a cutting board and it's close to the sink, that's the only way that you can do it. Because this way, you wash, you put, you cut. And you can leave all the vegetables in the bottom of the sink so they're always being washed at the same time, and it goes fast. It goes fast. Then if you take the leftover clippings from the plant, like the top and the bottom of the carrot, put them in the compost pile. Let's say you don't have time for that. Okay, you really don't have time, but you still got to make a fast, delicious, nutritious meal for your kids. I'm actually describing my lifestyle. When I leave here at 7:30 or 8, I got around 20 minutes to make food for my kids. So, here's a box of soup. Have you seen those boxes of soup over at Mother's Market or Henry's? You can get organic soup. That means organically grown tomatoes with no preservatives, okay, inside of a box of soup. Now, if you put in peppers, and you'll see I put red bell peppers, orange bell peppers, and green bell peppers, because each color of a vegetable has a different nutrient to it. So the more colors you get inside of that food, the more nutrients you're going to get. You're going to get more beta-carotenes, you're going to get more lycoprenes, you're going to get more enzymes. So the more colors of fruits and vegetables, you don't need a degree in it. If it looks like a different color, you put it in there. Onions, garlic. Remember, garlic is an antimicrobial, antiviral. Onions, again, antimicrobial, antiviral. Coconut oil, jalapenos. What jalapenos do, again, they vasodilate. They also kill viruses and bacteria. You're going to see prostate cancer cured with hot peppers. Why? Because it forces those blood vessels to open. A box of fire-roasted tomato and free-range turkey meatballs. If you're not a vegetarian and you're trying to get kids into healthy eating, this will help. If not, just try the soup. It's delicious. But if you add the turkey meatballs and you're trying to bring your family, because this only works if the whole family's eating healthy. It's impossible to have one person, one family member, eat hot dogs and everybody else eating vegetables. It'll never, ever, ever work in the household. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, now, restaurants, good to go. This is one of the best raw food restaurants around here. I told them I'd pass out their flyers. We got them always here, a couple $1 coupon. They have the greatest raw food, organic, vegetarian pizza. I guarantee you'll like it. If not, bring me in the half. I'll pay for the whole pizza and I'll eat the rest. Okay, it's fantastic. But you'll find out that raw food can actually taste good. You're not grazing. It's delicious. Your vegetable soups, avocado soups, and the avocado is specifically phenomenally good for macular degeneration. Mother's Market. Again, if you're giving up pasta the way every other human should be, okay, they have a wheat-free Fettuccine Alfredo that's out of this world. It's made out of seaweed. And it even has a cheese-like substance made out of yeast. So if you're a complete vegan, you can eat this, and it's delicious. It's guilt-free Fettuccine Alfredo. Okay, who won't go like this for that? Guilt-free Fettuccine Alfredo? Yeah. Okay, Trader Joe's. That one you got to be a little bit careful of because a lot of it, they use preservatives. Sometimes it's not organic, but it is better than, you can go over there and you can get some vegetarian wraps or some very healthy sandwiches. They're a lot faster if you don't get a chance to pre-make the meals. And the Bodhi Tree is phenomenal. That's a restaurant down here. If you're new to healthy eating, the Bodhi Tree is fantastic because you can actually make believe that you're eating unhealthy. And it tastes really good. It's true, if you've ever been there. But now here also, on this, I have longer than 15-minute recipes. Whoop. On the back of the first sheet. Now, the reason is I gave 3 different choices. And you'll see, every time when you see the first one for breakfast, egg with organic virgin coconut oil. Why? You get the protein, you get the fat, you get soluble fibers. Fresh garlic. Again, antimicrobial. It destroys bacteria in your system that you may have. Sea salt, cayenne pepper with melted raw goat cheese. That's just nutrient on top of nutrient on top of nutrient. You'll see no bread with it. Why? Because you want to reduce grains. And all of these, I have the recipes down at the bottom. But it's so easy to make this the night before. Sunday night at my house, if you're within a block, it's going to smell great. And everything is packed up, okay, in Tupperware containers, and we bring it throughout the week. Okay, so it's easy to cook one day, cheap. And this is so much cheaper. If you go to McDonald's or Carl's Jr., how much does a burger cost? About $3, $3.50. About another $1.50 for French fries. Costs around $6 a meal. If there's 3 people eating, that's $20. And there's no nutrient value to that, and that's one meal. I'm talking, we're getting 15 servings of fruits and vegetables for $20 for, me and my son. That's tremendous savings. Fast food is not cheap. These are phenomenal recipes. Okay, they're actually home. But now here, if we know that eating healthy is vital to health and preventative medicine doesn't exist, that's an oxymoron.